Are you ready to discover the number one mistake that could completely ruin your retirement? It's not running out of money and it's not poor health. It's something far worse. In today's video, I'm going to share what that mistake is and show you how to avoid it so that you can make the absolute most out of your retirement. It's your favourite Scotsman here again, and I want to begin by sharing the story of one of our clients who passed away recently. She didn't trust many people, but she trusted me and our team. We talked regularly, and she confided in me. She had more money than she ever dreamed of, as well as a mortgage-free house in one of Toronto's wealthiest neighbourhoods. To an outsider, she had it made, but there was one thing she struggled with: the relentless pursuit of becoming as rich as possible. I tried many different ways to get her to enjoy her wealth, but ultimately, I could only do so much. She passed away with a big portfolio, but what does that even mean once you're no longer here? Nobody goes to the grave with their portfolio's size engraved in their coffin. Now, don't get me wrong, I encourage you to be wealthy. I'm a financial advisor at the end of the day, and wealth can be amazing. It can open up so many opportunities, but it has to be used wisely. There are so many wonderful experiences in this world that you can have if you have the money to pay for them. But making money your only focus, that's when the train derails off the tracks. Wealth really is the comfort of knowing you have options, not the money itself. As Benjamin Franklin once said, money has never made man happy, nor will it. There's nothing in its nature to produce happiness. The more of it one has, the more one wants. It's a powerful reminder that chasing after more money often leads to a never-ending cycle of wanting more. Too many folks keep working, keep saving, and keep missing out in life, thinking they'll finally feel secure once they hit a certain number in their RRSP. But that feeling of enough, it never comes. The goalposts just get moved out. They get to a point where they're financially free and they keep going. And you look at their plan and you say, you know what? You have more than enough to cover your basic needs, to cover your travel, to cover the things you want to do with friends and family. Yet, they keep working. Once I hit $1 million, I'll feel secure. Then they hit $1 million and they think, oh, maybe 2 million will do the trick, and so on. Now, part of this is just an identity issue of not knowing who it would be in retirement. But the other part of it is, I'm just waiting for my portfolio to be a certain value because then I'll feel secure. Well, what does it actually look like? Well, it looks like I'll retire next year because that's when my bonus is paid. Or you know what, if I just stick it out a couple more years, my pension will be even higher. Again, there's nothing wrong with these things on their own. However, when you realise that these are just excuses to avoid the bigger issue, needing more and more to feel secure, you should realise that this mindset is leading you down a path that could severely impact your retirement. Quick break here. If this is something you're struggling with, click on the link in the pinned comments below for your free retirement guide. To quote reader Bob, it's the best guide I've read on the internet. Back to it. And I'm not saying you should retire the moment you've saved enough. If you love your work, keep at it. Why not? Work can be incredibly fulfilling, but if you're sticking it out just for a bigger portfolio, it might be time to rethink your priorities. I want to talk about how this mindset affects your income strategy in retirement. Many people live below what their portfolio can support. If you're doing this because you genuinely need less to be happy, that's great. But if you're scrimping and saving out of fear, you're missing the point. For example, let's say your portfolio can comfortably support $50,000 a year, but you're only spending $30,000 because you're afraid of running out of money. What's the point of having that money if you're not using it to improve your life? You could be spending that extra cash on things that bring joy, whether that's travel, hobbies, or even just spoiling your grandkids. From a young age, it's been drilled into most of us that we need to save, save, and save. It almost brainwashes a lot of people. So making that shift from accumulating wealth to decumulating can be very hard. Ensure you've got a comprehensive retirement plan that provides the necessary income to support your desired lifestyle, and consider your portfolio as a means to an end, not the end itself. It's a tool that will enable you to achieve your actual goals, such as spending time with your family and engaging in activities that you enjoy. That's a transformation. That's a mindset shift that has to happen. So it's important to consider, what are your actual goals? What does a day look like in retirement? A month? A year? What does time with family look like? What do trips look like? What do activities look like? What does volunteering look like? Start with what actually matters. Then quantify that. How much of an income do I need to support all these things? If that's how much income I need, how much of it needs to come from my portfolio? The best way to do this is to start with the end in mind. When you look at it from that standpoint, you can quantifiably say, here's the portfolio needed to make all this happen. And that's the shift that allows you to start going from viewing your portfolio as the be-all and end-all to viewing your portfolio as a way to unlock opportunity and the freedom of choice. And once you arrive, you're in a position where you're financially independent and can actually start pursuing what matters most. Another important issue that most people often overlook is the minimization of taxes. The vast majority of people don't like paying taxes. That much is true. It's also smart to minimize taxes. But don't let it rule your life. If selling some stocks to fund a dream vacation means paying a bit more in taxes, so be it. Life is too short to let taxes dictate your happiness. Wealth should be a symbol of freedom, but if you begin to make decisions and actions that restrict this freedom, just because they may result in lower taxes, a larger portfolio, increased income, or any other benefit, you're contradicting the whole reason people seek out wealth to begin with. It now means your money is controlling you as opposed to the other way around. If you haven't done so already, I would encourage you to sign up for our free retirement guide by clicking on the link in the pinned comments. And if you want to know what the best retirement advice I have ever received is, then stick around for this next video.